Definitely. And LDLC going for a pretty fast movement up here, but it's not a straight rush. They do have the bomb, so I think actually if they get an opening kill, they are going to collapse on this bomb side, and that would actually be a little bit difficult. There's almost 4 people here from 3D Max. They have a decent setup, the Finnish team, to deal with any kind of incoming rush here.
They've got 3 guys, 1 in connector in mid as well. He's going to be able to rotate over fairly quickly on short, but it's going to be Caron behind Forklift looking for the shot. He's not quite able to find it. Forklift actually getting in the way, and Kirishima will open it up. First blood here in this match. And it's already looking like LDLC are going to get control of this site.
Yeah, bomb has not been planted yet, but it doesn't really matter because they're coming out on top in the kill department. And right now it's a 2-on-3. Smiths is kind of low, and now the bomb's finally being put down. The Frenchmen really taking their time, and Reflex has to win this battle in the middle. That's absolutely key. Waiting for it a little bit. The P2000, not a bad weapon, but Shoxy is an exceptional pistol player. We'll pick up that first headshot, and now it's disturbed in a 1-on-3, and this should be an unwinnable position. They keep challenging him, which actually maybe is going to give him a bit of a chance, but he's going to get backstabbed as well. Shoxy comes in with an LDLC arc to pick up that first round.
Yeah, very fine done. I mean, that was the thing. Once they managed to get control, they never really let it go. And then putting Shoxy in mid also was just so smart, managing to keep anybody from closing in and getting a pincer movement on the CT side, coming up short and coming up through CT. So Shoxy winning that duel was just crucial. After that, it's a triangle of doom, and LDLC are able to clean up. But now going into the second round, the question is, do 3D Max actually go for an armor buy or not? And they're not going to. So this tells us they really want to have as much money as possible in the 4th round buy.
Yeah, plus I think armor is less needed on a map like Cash. And by the way, they're also going for a stack, so that means there's even less of a reason for it. But on Cash, you can generally rely on the terrorists getting pretty close to you. So if you have, the C sets like 2 of them have, or a 5-7 or anything like that, you hit a headshot or you don't, but either way, the guy's going to die or you're going to die. The armor won't make that big a difference.
LDLC have done their homework. This is a play that 3D Max went for in the second round as well versus Fnatic on this map. So Natu does manage to catch Shoxy off guard. Sees a 75 headshot to the face, and that's what's so dangerous about coming around corners. When you get up close like that, you can just be gone instantly. So it's a 4-on-4 now with LDLC having that bomb site under control. It's going to be Reflex actually getting boosted up into mid, so you could look for an angle here to work, but nobody's lurking around here for LDLC.
And a lot of patience on the Finnish side as well. They almost find Happy there. Reflex being boosted around, and there's going to be Caron taking down Happy, so that's 2 rifles being stolen here. And they're playing a really patient game, the Finns. They're not just hunting for kills, looking to get whatever they can. As a second one comes in, Disturbed's going to take down Kirishima. That is a hugely successful round. They pick up all rifles that they got taken away there. So 3 rifles saved for 3D Max. I actually wouldn't be surprised if they go for a force up on the rest here. That would not be a bad move.
That would, exactly. Somebody can drop. They can drop 2 guns here. They've got 3 rifles to fall on, and they're going to be able to get some nades as well. So LDLC all of a sudden are going to be under a lot of pressure early on here. 3D Max, there you go. Full rifles, good nade count as well. And already LDLC getting a fight 1 round early.
Yeah, very nicely done. And Smiths is going to go down, taking the challenge against 2 people who are really aggressively pushed up, and they're going to go and check for more. So not only do they kill Smiths, but they get the information that nobody else is over on that side of the map. And Shoxy's making his way out here. Reflex going to take down Kirishima. Shoxy looking for the kill, but he's looking the wrong way. He's going to get taken down by Natu. This is looking fantastic for 3D Max. Another kill comes in. Just straight headshots all around here from the counter-terrorist team. And NBK 1-on-5, and no chance at all to do this.
No, he has to be. I mean, he's on the hunt at this point. He's just looking to see if he can catch anybody out of position. But 3D Max, they know that they've got the bomb carrier. Happy was carrying it over in A main. So all they have to do is just close in on that bomb, and they're going to run into NBK eventually. And it looks like Corona's waiting around the corner. He's going to find NBK, and there you go. 3D Max, just fine style here. They're managing to actually make this work very nicely.
All right. So yes, I mean, Thorin did say, if you are playing in a best-of-3 game and you're the underdog, best thing to do is come out guns blazing and win in a 2-0 fashion. And picking up 3 kills in the eco round and then forcing a buy and then having a flawless round to follow with and forcing your opponent to eco doesn't really get any better than that.
NBK is going to have the scout at mid, so now we have to see if is he quick enough to land it on Xart. Xart is waiting around the corner in connector. There's the shot, and Xart he has the headshot first, so things not going to work out here for LDLC. They need to pick that scout back up again, and it's going to be Smith picking it this time. But LDLC in the meantime is starting to close in around this A site. They're looking to see if they can't gather up and just YOLO the man down.
Man, on the 3D Max side, there's a little bit of movement going on, but they are playing it really coolly here. They're not panicked, they're not scared, they're just holding their positions and waiting for LDLC to make the move, and they will make their move. That's a really great double kill from Shox. That C-set 75 coming into play big time. And now the bomb is going to go down as well. Reflex moving up the middle. This could turn around for LDLC.
Yeah, firepower is here, however, for 3D Max, and they haven't wasted too much time getting over to this side of the map as well, so already got oversight there. They're going to pin the man down behind, and that Smith's getting picked off. He had that gun, but it's going to be happy now with this AK looking for an angle to work. Kiyoshima, peekaboo, finds Xar, and now Reflex, the only man alive here in a 1v3, and he's on this site, manages to pick up 2 big kills. It's all down to Kiyoshima now trying to play the time. Reflex with the fake bait. Kiyoshima, he's playing this perfectly. Reflex has no time, even if he gets the kill here. And he may have even done enough damage to take him with the bomb.
Yeah, very nicely done there. And yeah, he had exactly the angle to just go and peek and see that the defuse wasn't actually a committal, that he just faked it once. So yeah, 3D Max, unfortunately for them, losing a round that was just based off of 1 scout and a couple of pistols. CZ 75 in the hand of Shoxy is looking terrifying.
And Shoxy looks focused as well when we get him on camera. He always looks focused. That's the thing. This guy, one of the best players in the world. We're definitely going to be looking to him for the right calls, but also for a big performance here. And 3D Max, luckily for them, they have enough money to go for a pretty big buy here, so it's still going to be 4 guys with rifles, which is actually quite good here. LDLC, however, going for the map control. They're just spread out across this map, looking to see if they can't find anybody peeking on 3D Max's side. Smiths with this AWP over on B is going to get smoked off, though. That's going to slow things down a little bit here.
3D Max going with pretty much the same setup they had for a long time. I'm wondering if that one guy, no, there's nobody in the vents, so actually they're just holding checkered and the B inside the B bomb site, and then that seems to be their preferred setup here. Wondering if they're going to change it later on in the game. We'll see. But LDLC are getting a lot of mid control because of the relaxed defense here from the CT side in the middle.
They are getting a lot of mid-control, but still 3D Max willing to give them that, it seems. They've rotated Corona over onto short to make sure that the defense is going to be strong enough here on the A site, but they are focusing on B, and 3D Max know that checker is going to be a very dangerous position for them, and they're actually going for a very clever play here, 3D Max. This could work against LDLC. Disturbed is going to start off strong and pick up the first frag, but it's going to be the push hard through the smoke from LDLC, trying to get onto this site, but Corona, he's already caught them out.
Yeah, they do take out Natsu in the back of the site, so there's something going on here for LDLC. It's still a 4-on-3, and with the bomb down, they're not in such a bad position, especially with Happy getting that kill. That was Disturbed coming up from behind. Now, they've got to move quick, 3D Max, because otherwise they're going to get sandwiched, and they could be sandwiched in really quickly here. Kiyoshima doing a little bit of damage, and it's going to be Karon coming in, not choosing the forklift route, and maybe that was a mistake. Sart is going to take down Shoxy, but now this 1-on-2 for Reflex is very hard. All the Frenchmen have to do is just not show themselves, and yeah, he's going to have to back up. He has no choice.
Oh, even getting that parting shot. Kiyoshima will hunt him down. No save here, and LDLC will pick up that round. And no save again here for 3D Max. That's going to be a bit painful for them. Their money can't be in too good a spot right now. They're definitely going to be communicating what went right, what went wrong in that situation. I think you're right, though. Disturbed on that flank, him getting picked off did a lot to hurt 3D Max's retake. They had a potential pincer movement there, just retaking that site, and it just fell apart once he was gone.
Yeah, and it makes you wonder if the people coming in from middle and or from the truck should have been the first guys pushing in, and then Disturbed should have been there once that battle was going on. Instead, it seemed like it kind of ended up being Disturbed initiating, but it was also a result of the LDLC player pushing quite far down to find him. So yeah, just all around good round from LDLC. 4-1's the scoreline, and into the 6th round, it's going to be 3D Max on an eco. Happy, waiting over by the squeak door, and they know by now that it's an eco, so yeah, LDLC, I think they're feeling good right now.
They have to be feeling pretty confident. The bomb is still dropped around, but Smiths is going to find the entry over on Reflex. And now it's going to be Natsu taking a little bit of damage. The remaining members here for 3D Max. Happy eventually gets overwhelmed. His swag impression, not quite there. But this means that LDLC have control of the B side at this point. So they're going to be able to get the bomb over here, ferry it over fairly quickly, and get that bomb plant down. 3D Max, however, they have an AK to hold on to now, so that's good for Caron. He can actually hold on to that if he wants. Whereas the rest of them can just kind of get in position and poke at LDLC, make sure they're on their toes.
Yeah, but he's not running that far away, actually. Caron's going to go down with the AK, so they were trying to do something. I think they go wallbanged actually down from checkered. He was trying to wallbang the other way. Yeah, so there it is. He was trying to shoot through, and they just had more firepower on the other side, unfortunately.
Oops. That's a bit awkward, but they are going to be able to make it out of there intact. It's going to be a start just getting picked off here. No real opposition, and damage done to LDLC, but no real big kills coming in. So this AK is like the best case scenario right now for 3D Max. You know, they only get one kill, but at least they get a gun out of the trade, and maybe they can do something clever with it in the next round if they decide to force up, because I don't think they're going to have enough money to be able to go for that big buy where they can get everything they want here on 3D Max.
Now, the big question is if it's worth it for them to eco around and then go for it. That's a big risk. You got to remember, I mean, LDLC are a team that played the CT side of this map pretty well too. So they don't need that many rounds, and they're already looking good. So maybe they just want to see if they can't find their way in here with normal rifles. And yeah, that's the play.
Yeah, that could have been Natu. Actually, Natu getting fully equipped, so I don't think he actually had to drop there, but it's going to be 3D Max getting a bit scared. I think that's the question here, is that 3D Max, are they going to be able to actually slow LDLC down enough? They need to basically put a halt to LDLC right here. 5 rounds is where LDLC need to stop for 3D Max. It has to be 3D Max picking up the rest of these rounds in this half, so that's what's prompting this buy.
Molotovs and everything. They are going to try and burn out the 3D Max members in this bomb site and then just rush in. They're going to come in from 2 different angles, and now it's on. Caron here by the forklift has to come up pretty big. He's looking for the shot. He's going to miss the initial one, and ABK will take a kill, and Shoxy to follow up, and that is not the initial defense that they were looking for here. Disturbed actually does get a good kill in, but they're out of their own bomb site, and there's still plenty of grenades left here on LDLC to try and keep them away for a little while longer.
Yeah, a couple of flashes are definitely going to be making this a little bit complicated. There's a smoke on Reflex. We'll have to see if he can find an angle to use that. But right now, it's Disturbed getting overwhelmed. Xart gets caught as well. Smiths with a double kill to clean this push-up, and 3D Max, once again, going to be in a position where they have to back off and just try and hold on to the guns. It's all about maintaining these rifles now for 3D Max because they just don't have enough money to buy. LDLC, however, they're not wasting any time. They know exactly what's happened. And they are going to not allow him to hold on to this gun. As best they can, they don't want to let him just save this kind of money. There you go. MBK finds him at the very end.
He was even looking the wrong way, so really incredible run and gun type moment for MBK. Now, the defense wasn't so good in that A-bomb side, and one of the reasons was that while Caron was holding pretty close to the forklift, he could have actually been holding even closer to the wall, which means he would have been in a blind angle for them coming in. But his teammate was all the way at the back of the other side of the site, so they weren't actually able to help each other out that much. And that effect was kind of multiplied by the fact that LDLC threw so many grenades, there was absolutely no way they were going to be able to help each other out. So yeah, they had 2 people initially in the bomb site, but they were playing on alone anyway. Yeah,
it was a bit of a shame as well, because Caron had an opportunity there to land at least 1 frag. Because the smokes, the flashes, everything actually kind of avoided Forklift, which really surprised me when LDLC went for that push. They completely ignored Forklift when none of their things had worked to actually flash or cut that guy off. So it was a bit of a blind spot in LDLC there, and 3D Max weren't able to jump on it. Right now, LDLC in this anti-eco round are doing pretty well. They've managed to pick up 3 kills, and they've only lost Smiths. Happy just barely hanging in there.
Disturbed. I picked up 1 kill on Smiths because he was hiding in checker, but it doesn't last forever. And now Corona going to be walking right in to Kiyoshima, and actually he almost takes him down. Some good pistol work. But there's really no disguising at this point that LDLC are off to a very, very strong start here. 7-1 that's terrifying.
That's looking very good for the Frenchmen. You're right. I mean, this is still a bit of a CT map. I mean, it can go either way. Reflex and his lads 3D Max can come right back into it. Look at this. Corona's doing great damage. It's only going to be 2 remaining members here for LDLC. You have to almost hide, but look at where Corona's running. He's never going to expect this. He's running right back into them. Oh, he spots the man out at Squeak Door just in the nick of time.
Oh, they were waiting for him all over. I'm not sure if they were trying to hide or if they were setting up a trap, but either way, it works out great for them. They do exactly both, so 7-1. We're going to have to see something different here from the Finnish team. And actually, something they haven't gone for it. They've gone for it the 1 round that they won, which was the aggression over on B side, where they caught Smiths off. That was really good. So you got to wonder if they want to try and emulate that. They don't have to do that B if they want to. You can go aggressive all over this map. You could do it at the main entrance. You could do it by Squeak Door. You could, even if you wanted to, we've seen that in the middle of the map as well. Xart, and there it is, slightly aggressive setup. So that's a good idea. He does miss the shot, and he's going to go down. That's Happy wall banging through the wall. Very cool stuff, and Natu with a very important double return.
Wow, yeah, Natu stepping in and Corona as well. Natu saving the day. That looked like a perfect opening there for LDLC to jump on this A site. Happy with the wallbang too. Sick way to get the entry there. But it's going to be Disturbed picking up Shoxy, who was snooping around mid, and it's now just Happy having to back off. So 1v4 situation here in LDLC. It looked like they were in a great position to just jump on that A site and get the bomb plant down, but Natu decided to stop that from happening.
Happy's going to go down, so yeah, worked out really well for 3D Max, and they're going to pick up a 2nd round. I wish I could claim that it was because of the aggression, but it probably wasn't. If anything, it was just, I think, maybe LDLC thought once they killed Exart coming in there, they wanted so badly to get in, and then they ran right into Natu. That's put a big stop to it. So, yeah, I still like the fact that 3D Max tried it. I want to see more slightly aggressive moves.
Just really speeding things up. I mean, they still have the AWP for Exart, so this is going to be good damage for him. He's actually looking towards B. Curious to see if he's going to start pushing a bit forward to find an angle into Garage and try and close that. Right now, LDLC are actually prepared for any kind of aggression coming out. They've fallen actually quite back. They're still kind of floating around T-spawn back of Garage, and these are positions you take when you expect a team to go aggressive, but somehow Smith still walks into them.
Wow, Exart was pushed up really far, almost all by the playground there. So, I mean, that is really, really important. That's exactly what worked for them the first time around. So, I love it.
And in A main as well, there's a double here for 3D Max. So this is looking like a real aggression coming out here from 3D Max. They're looking to see if they can't really catch LDLC off guard, but then NBK and Shoxy come in and get 2 big frags. It's going to open things up here. I mean, we already have the rotation coming out here from Caron. He's going to get flashed in. Great opportunity there. Gets what? Nearly gets the second, but Shoxy shuts him down, and Shoxy gets the double. That clears up A site, and now it's just down to start with the AWP.
Not exactly the best weapon to try and retake a bomb site with, but he's going to try anyway. He does catch out Kiyoshima. And Happy and Shoxy are still left. And actually, he's controlling the bomb here, so how are they going to deal with this? They have a Molotov and a grenade. Walks in, and oh, he misses the shot. That could have been a big opening. And LDLC back on tracks again. That wasn't impossible for him to win.
No, definitely not. I mean, when he hits the bomb carrier on short, it's the bomb drops right in the middle. If they don't have a smoke or a flash to block him off, it comes down to the shots. So that was a big opportunity there to just turn it around for 3D Max. Potential 1v3 clutch could have happened, but now it's going to be LDLC. Fully bought. 3D Max had just enough to put something together. And Disturbed! Pro 90, what's up? Infinite bullets! 2 kills at mid.
MBK and Kiyoshima weren't counting on that. And that's a really, really nice start. Now they just need to play it safely again. I mean, once you want to play aggressive early to get those kills to catch the opponent off guard, but afterwards you can play it safe, except for Caron landing a sick headshot on Happy. And now Smith and Shoxy. Best case is they take a bunch of rifles away. And if they can put down the bomb, that'd be even better, but...
Well, Smith's landing a great shot there on Caron. Manages to keep his cool. He takes a lot of damage in the exchange, though, so that's certainly not going to help odds here for LDLC. And 3D Max are now going to put a little bit more attention towards this A site. So this is a smart play from here from 3D Max. Just play the numbers. They are getting a little bit cheeky on the other side of the map, and we're going to have to see if that's going to work out for them now. Smith's coming in.
Reflex is in a brilliant position here. That's the one that's a double spray down. Very, very nicely handled. Good movement coming out here. Seeing the play happening at least 10 seconds before it actually did. 3D Max picking up another round. And what is actually the most upsetting thing about the current situation in this first half is that it feels to me like 3D Max actually had a pretty good formula for how to stop LDLC. They just forgot about it for too many rounds in a row, and now they've sort of picked up on it again. So I feel like the scoreline could have been a little bit different if they had made the adjustment earlier. But these 8 rounds for LDLC is already plenty for the French team.
Again, it comes back to that underdog thing, right? You know, they just have to go crashing into them and basically just beat them down immediately right at the start. And then LDLC, if they get any time to regain their composure and start putting that experience to work, it's going to look a bit like this. What's up, Natu? 1-for-1 trade. Over by Forklift. It's going to be Caron still alive on this A site, though. Manages to cut down one, and he's still alive. Sard has now rotated in from CT with that AWP. Picks up a frag, and this is down to Happy now. Last man alive, and Caron, he just seems to know. He's lobbing nades right on his head.
It's not exactly clear where Happy's going to want to go from here either. Without the bomb and without any grenades or anything, it's just a matter of time before they realize he's there. And now they do. Flashbang draining, and Happy's gone. Caron picks up that last kill. And 3D Max, yeah, they're starting to gear up a little bit more. If they do finish this first half at an 8-7 fashion, that wouldn't be unmanageable. I still think because they're the underdog team and because they're playing a really strong LDLC team, I'd much rather have seen them finish 9-6 to make it a really favorable first half for themselves. But 8-7 isn't it. You can recover from that.
8-7, you can. I mean, you pick up that pistol, you start getting momentum going on your side. When you switch over to the offensive, right? 3D Max, they've shown that they're absolutely capable of picking up entry frags and then speeding up. And that's the very core here, is that they're a very quick team on their feet. They love to be aggressive and get in their opponent's faces. And Reflex and Disturb just cutting them down in droves. LDLC getting overwhelmed, and a perfect anti-eco there for 3D Max. Bouncing back into this game. And now they just need to continue picking up rounds like this, Anders. If they do finish 8-7, they are definitely not out of this.
Oh, very nicely done, and they're well on their way. I think LDLC just have one more buy in them here. If they're going to lose the upcoming round, I mean, they're going to be buying now. If they lose the next one, they're going to be going again. So, 8-7 is definitely not out of the question at this point. And it is Caron top fragging right now, I think, for 3D Max. So, doing a fine job here on Cash. Well, let's see. Setup is a little bit different this time for 3D Max. You can see they're pushing quite aggressively. Actually, 3 people over here in B. So they're going back to that style again, and I love it. Flashbang in, now they're going to push out, and oh, it backfires on them. Kiyoshima and Smith, they were ready for it. So you got to wonder if that became too predictable now. I think Ixat's the only one holding the B bomb site, alone with an AWP. It's a pretty tough task, and he's going to miss that first shot. Now to kill in the background. Ixat will pick up one. It's still a 2-on-3. It's not over yet. And they are going to fall back. They have some respect for him, and now two in the middle is going to pick up Happy. It's all the way back to a 2-on-2. Nicely done, 3D Max.
Yeah, this is still a scary situation, though, because wherever LDLC are sticking together at this point, this is the smart play to make. And if they get around this corner, it should be a 1-for-1 trade, and Natu is going to go down. We're into that 1v1 situation. Now, Kiyoshima with 2 kills. No smoke to cut off CT to make his life easier, and he's going to be able to get onto the site just in the nick of time. Question is now, does he see where XR's going to come from?
No, he ducks. They actually both duck to miss each other. Xant's going to walk up here. Can he get the kill? One more click, and he does it. Fantastic play from 3D Max. They win the round. That was so close. Those 2 opening kills over at B should have been plenty for LDLC to make it all the way through. The bomb plant is going to give LDLC a slightly better round to end off with here in the first half, but I still think their economy is not going to be great. Oh, man. And Natu, the fact is, Natu could have had a double spray down in the middle. He could have killed both.
You saw him run out of bullets there with the M4A1.
Yeah.
That's well, one of the things. Pew pew lasers are great, but you're 10 down on bullets in the mag compared to the unsilenced version of that rifle. So sometimes you will see these spray situations. Just
look at the money here. They have very few grenades. If they hadn't got that bomb plant, those wouldn't have been AKs. Those would have been Galils instead. That is how much that bomb plant actually mattered for LDLC. They sneak in another buy round.
Yeah, they just barely manage it, but they still actually get a good number of smokes and flashes here as well. They can go for a play here on the A side if they wanted to. They have enough to be able to cut off CT, cut off short, and put a little bit of pressure there in the back. But look at the way that 3D Max are holding. They're getting really far back here, just letting Sart find the angle, and there you go. The entry frag picks off Smith.
Yeah, Smith thought he was going to be able to put down a free smoke then, but he wasn't. And now in the corner, Natu does get taken down, and that loses them some of the control. But in the meantime, Xant moving up close with the orb, takes another kill. Looking for a third. He's going to pre-fire a little bit and misses the shot. Gets a third one. Can we see a quad kill from Xant? Really close to it, but not quite. Shoxy's going to take him down. Molotov in here is going to block off the side a little bit. Reflex will drop Happy, and now it's all on Shoxy. This grenade is the touchdown, and Shoxy is gone. 7-8, 3D Max. Yesterday, the performance they had against Copenhagen Wolves and Dignitas, it wasn't just a fluke, it wasn't just that. They've definitely come back and proved themselves here. And again, if they'd made the adjustment to play aggressively earlier when LDLC were winning, this could have been a very different score. But still, 8-7, they can do it. They can still do it.
Oh, they certainly can, man. We can't count them out yet by any stretch. If they can pick up the pistol here in the second half. Same thing, though, going into this. So LDLC, it's not like they haven't done their homework. They know what's going to be going on here with 3D Max. The 3D Max are going to want to be very quick on their feet and put aggression in fast. And so now going into this match, the game plan for LDLC has to be, we can't let them set up. We can't let them get in comfortable positions. We have to shut them down before they can allow to get anything going for themselves here. Because we've got a lot of firepower on our side as well. So I'm curious to see if we're going to see them go for the kind of aggressive style that 3D Max showed here towards the end of the first half.
I doubt it. I think LDLC are going to want to play this really standard early on just to get a feel for how 3D Max are going to react to that. But they actually are moving up really, just like 3D Max were, really aggressively over by the B side and looking to find somebody. 3D Max have to set up. The fact that it's even been spotted out all of a sudden means LDLC should probably give up on this venture. And, well, they could stick around Playground, but they shouldn't keep forcing it.
No, exactly. They're going to rotate around to mid and see if they can't find a weakness here. And it's going to be one man holding in mid like that. Shoxy getting tagged down a little bit, playing that key position in the rotator role. Seems like he wants to try and lend a hand over at B side, and that's going to be the good call. Smith will find the headshot, though. He's alive and toxic, and he's trying to put some shots out. He's caught in the corner as well, or his mate's going to make it here in time. He's still doing damage. This is not good. Smith with 2 kills and a lot of tagged up people on 3D Max.
And it took such a long time to kill him that actually the rotation is already in place from LDLC. And 3D Max are weighing their options right now. If they wait enough time, maybe some of the LDLC members are going to rotate back, but this is not enough. If they push within the next 5 seconds, LDLC is still going to be able. You can see one of them moving back now. So they've waited enough to get one guy to leave, the rest are still here. and it's going to be still a tough 2-on-3 in this bomb site before the backup even shows up. That's a great opening, though. Disturbed with a stunning headshot in the background. Kiyoshima's going to go down. That's Karon with the headshot. Now they smoked off Happy. They're going to get a bomb plant, and they have a one-man advantage. That is huge.
Yeah, they are tagged. That's one thing to keep in mind here. But if they play this smart, the Triangle of Doom is going to be set up for 3D Max. They've got the man on the site. NBK, he will find the man holding by Checkered, though. That's going to open things up. He's single-handedly pulling onto this site and getting all the frags with that 5-7. Big damage going out here to Karon, who's pinned down behind the box, and he can't live through it. LDLC, the remaining 2 members, will retake the site with enough time for the defuse.
And that's actually the critical thing. Nobody had a kit picked up right now on LDLC, so if they had stayed alive just a little bit longer, if they had got one guy maybe into the back of Checkered who could play the clock a little bit more, maybe this could have worked out. It's still impressive that 3D Max even got into that 2-on-3 situation, but NBK just single-handedly taking care of business here.
Yeah, really nice entry there onto the B site. Picking off Shoxy like that with Disturbed was very well done, and Karon with the second one as well. So it definitely shows that 3D Max, you can't give them even a little bit of time to find their composure. Because as soon as they can refine their center and just kind of calm down and get in that game zone right, that's what happens. They give you a big scare. And LDLC, now they have that in the back of their heads. Now we actually see them playing a little bit more casually here.
Well, there's actually a really good chance that if they... Oh, now backup is here. But if they'd rush straight away, yeah, just like they did now, if they drop the NBK that quick, they can't get in and put the bomb down. There was a weakness at that bomb site for LDLC. It's been minimized a little bit by Smith rotating here quickly. So that's a really good job from LDLC getting in position. But they're still losing a couple of players here. And Smith is damn near dead as well. The bomb has been planted, and with a bomb kill, or bomb plant, and another kill coming in from Reflex. 2 kills and a bomb plant. Good job from 3D Max again.
Yeah, that's a solid follow-up round there. That's a big win for them. Could put some pressure on in this next round as well. They haven't really spent too much money in this one, so there are options for 3D Max now going forward. Are they going to be able to have enough to go for a consistent buy? LDLC giving up 2 guys, but still getting the round.
They got the bomb plant in both rounds, so they're definitely going to be going for it here. The question is if they're going to be going for an AWP on the terrorist side, which is less common on Cash. Wouldn't really mind if they do, and they are going to go for it, yeah.
They're going to go for it. I was wondering if they were going to risk the glass cannon, but it doesn't seem like that's a problem for them. I mean, AWP, you're supposed to hit first, right? Them reflexes like lightning.
Reflex moving up. There are 2 people, and the smoke is on here, but they can just wait the smoke out. That's not a big problem for them. And see if LDLC do become a little bit more aggressive. But they're playing it actually passively all over the map here, the Frenchmen. Except for this. Kiyoshima with the boost. Look at this sexy play coming out here from the French team. If they move just an inch back, it's going to be a free kill here. And Ixat, somehow Kiyoshima missing. That should have been an easy kill. And now 3D Max, yeah, they're going to say, all right, if you're playing sloppy in this bomb site, we'll come and kill you. Flashbang come in, grenade does rain out into the middle, and 3D Max are still slowing up. Looked like they wanted to go straight into it.
That was really scary. In the meantime, LDLC, they're getting into clever positions here on the A side. So if 3D Max were to rotate back around, they could be running into a very, very difficult position to deal with here. LDLC happy in that position is going to be crucial. Disturbed is going to be causing a bit of a diversion over here to make sure that LDLC don't feel too comfortable. But they're actually coming to them. NBK walks right into one, picks him up, does the job for Kiyoshima, and gets the second frag as well.
Caught trying to boost in that corner. Flashbang goes out. NBK is very nearly dead, but they're going to have to find him before they can do anything about it here. And NBK getting on. Well, that's Smith's actually taking it, but NBK doing a lot of damage as well and almost able to get that frag. But now it's falling apart for 3D Max. They were trying to set up, and that's the worst time to get caught, and Shoxy will finish it off. So LDLC do win the round, and that's a big problem for 3D Max. They've invested a lot into it.
Yeah, I'm liking to see this this very quick play coming out from LDLC as well. They're not throwing away players needlessly. Every time somebody gets caught, it's the other one stepping in to pick up that slack. So NBK getting caught first there, but Smith's instantly stepping in to manage to pick up a frag of his own. No idea how Kiyoshima missed that shot there on XR.
Yeah, that was such a beautiful idea, and it's the kind of trick you can really only use. I mean, even sometimes just once per tournament, because every other team is going to be ready for that. Smith will take down Reflex, and obviously there is an eco round coming out here from the Finnish team. Now, 4 rounds behind.
Struggling somewhat. They are getting fairly close here. Nice nade to go in, but it's not going to blind Shoxy. This is a very common position for Shoxy to play in as well, but it's going to be Kiyoshima picking up that frag. Natu has been removed. Happy alive on this A side is going to drop this, well, he's going to drop the push with NBK there to stop it, and he's going to close the door behind him. NBK.
Yeah, nice casual pickoff. Makes it look like that he just does that every time, right? Plenty of money now on the Finnish side. Let's see if they can get back into it. There's a good distribution of kills on the LDLC side. Nobody really slacking far behind. And Smith's actually is top fragging, which is not the usual, not the usual distribution.
No, that's true. He's stepping it up here. I mean, we look to LDLC. There's just, as we were saying, in the match warm-up, right? When we were talking over these teams, there's so much experience on both of these teams that anybody can really step to the fore. That's the power of LDLC. Anybody can really step to the fore and be that man for the match. And so it seems like LDLC, Shoxy, they're kind of splitting the difference right now. 3D Max, at the same time, not lagging too far behind either. So this is still very close. LDLC, they're going to have to weather the storm here on the A side, and the bomb leads for 3D Max.
Oh, it's a nice opening. MBK's the first man to go down. Molotov in the back here. Smiths might have to find a new home. He's just in between them, and he does pick up a kill on Natu. Now they're going to try and find them, but Kiyoshima's here. Happy's there with the kill, and now the Finns are in a little bit of a trouble here. They're already the backup is there, and Happy will pick up a second kill, leaving Reflex alone. Really, really quick rotation coming in from LDLC. That was almost perfect from the CT side.
They've just closed in on all angles, but Reflex, he's in this position where he can do some damage. He manages to catch them peeking, and Happy making a bit of a crucial mistake there. Smoke to go down as well, and that baits him out in the open. Shoxy making sure that Reflex couldn't take advantage of that smoke to get on that bomb.
Reflex got the last bullet there when he was flashed and just, getting ready to reload. He walked into it. Can't believe it. That's such a close round. It's almost a 1-on-3 for Reflex then. That would have been the turnaround point, right? That's where 3D Max get the confidence back now instead. LDLC are very close to actually taking this first map here. If they can just win one more round, they're going to force the eco once again on the 3D Max side, and then things start to get really ugly. Now, are they going to try and see if they can catch Kiyoshima? The smoke's already up here. He's got a grenade in hand. He's down to 3, and the grenade to follow. Now, Shoxy alone inside the bomb site. Backup's coming, but they're going to smoke it off, and Shoxy goes down. The aggression working beautifully here for 3D Max, and it's NBK and Happy left. 2-on-5. So from a really, a couple of disappointing rounds straight into a flawless round. Yeah,
and they're figuring it out. This is the thing. They're going to start mapping out how LDLC are holding on this map. Even with some of the aggressive pokes coming out here from LDLC, their B site is still very static. A lot of the time, it is Kiyoshima or Shoxy holding in that checkered position. And it seems like 3D Max, they were in position to be able to take care of that this time. Nays to bombard him into oblivion, and then they get onto that site fairly quickly after that.
Well, and it's also a question of timing ultimately. If they had decided to throw that push in one of the rounds where LDLC were playing aggressively, probably a very different result altogether. But they did it exactly a round where they were playing passively and checkered, and then it works out a lot better.
All right, well, let's see how things shape up here. Already, LDLC getting some good exit frags, though. That's not too shabby. That's going to force 3D Max to spend money that they can ill afford to spend. So, see what the Finns actually have in store for us here in this round, as we can see them on the stage here, live from the Globe Arena, one of the biggest arenas in Sweden. So it's so sick to have CS on the main stage here. But now, let's see, LDLC 3 rounds away from picking up this first map in the best of 3. This is the first semifinal of the day. They're looking good. Shoxy, he's got that AWP, and he's looking for an angle to work here. He could potentially have a target, and there it is.
I think that's LDLC way of saying, all right, we got to change it up a little bit here. We got to do something else. And yeah, Shoxy with an orb is not a bad way to change the game and to change the pace a little bit now. Wonder where Shoxy, he's still sticking over there, which is, I guess, all right. He's going to go down to Assad, though. Really nice AK shot, and I don't know. I think it would have been more interesting if LDLC had put Shoxy in a different place for each kill he got, just to keep 3D Max guessing where he might be. But I don't think Assad got that kill because he knew. That was just really a nice reaction shot.
Yeah, he manages to just get the information. I mean, it's like 60% chance that Shoxy is going to be there. Just throwing that number out there, but that is really one of Shoxy's favorite places to hold from, regardless of whether it's an AWP or an AK. So
now they have an interesting play with the guy up in vents here. Smith's just in the vents, and they got one guy inside the bomb site. So it's going to be down to communication and timing here. If 3D Max go for B, but right now it feels like it's going to be an A play, and there's not a lot of time left here. This is almost some Na'Vi-style slow play coming out from the Finnish team, and eventually, yeah, look at this MBK thing here. He's going to walk to the other side. That's because Sart's making noise, but now they got the kill. They're going to go back here, and Happy will pick up the 1 second kill coming in. The bomb is dropped as well, and 3D Max can't make it work. It was actually very close, because as soon as Exarb started making movement, you could see MBK was falling back to try and help out quick, and I don't know, if the timing had been slightly better for 3D Max, they might have walked into a bomb site with only 2 people holding.
But again, Happy, this time around, it works perfectly, this position. This is how it's supposed to go for him. If they come rushing out from A main, he's going to slaughter them. If they come pushing up from short, though, he gets spotted from a mile away, and that position falls apart. So it works out great for LDLC this time, and it looks like 3D Max are going to be ecoing this one as well. But Reflex already pinning Shoxy down in the corner. Shoxy's going to get 2, and it's actually Kiyoshima who is stuck behind the box.
Not looking good here. It's going to be map point any second now. 3D Max at 8 and LDLC at 15. So if they take another round here, that's it. So the Finnish team, best case, they win 7 rounds in a row and force the overtime. And we did see a couple of overtimes yesterday, or almost actually. We saw one, but I think the Nip Titan game almost went to overtime if it wasn't for Kenny and his nonsense.
Yeah, that was, I mean, it was just Kenny from that position in Element. How does he land that shot, Anders? This is just disgusting. All right, but we'll see more of that later. Titan coming up in the second semifinal of the day versus Fnatic, the Swedish team here at Dreamhack. Well, yes, that is LDLC in front of you, and it is LDLC now in game. Smith's going to be holding in front of the boost spot from short, and that's not the best position for him to be in right now. He could get caught out in the open, unless he can find the angle here on 3D Max, but Caron steps out and gets him first.
3-on-3, not looking too bad here. Natu picking up a good kill right at the end. Kiyoshima is actually going to be walking out on the other side of the smoke, trying to see if he can pick up a kill before it pops, but he's going to be falling back instead, and now Shoxy's walking up behind them, and this is going to crumble the attack. Actually, Shoxy missing a lot of shots, but it doesn't really matter. MBK on the other side, and they do get sandwiched in. LDLC are going to take the first map, 16-8 on Cash. I feel like that again, I mean, we've been using this line a lot recently.